Peace, y'all. Happy Sunday. I won't be here long, but I am coming because I'd like to do a dream interpretation. So I just woke up, so excuse me, y'all. Okay, this is my I woke up like this face. Okay, um, I ain't washed my face. I ain't done nothing because to me the dream was disturbing. But sometimes you can have a disturbing dream and it doesn't always mean anything negative. But I want to say that I got a few things out of this dream as I sat here and meditated over it before I came here. I decided to do a spread on it as well. All right. So I don't know where I was. It looked like I could have been in Chicago or somewhere East Coast. This is not the first time I've dreamt about being in this environment. All right. Um, but I was in these buildings, looked like some apartments, but it wasn't the tall rise building apartments. Um, and I know that my two sons were there. One of them in the dream was 13. I don't have a 13-year-old child, but he was 13 in the dream. So I could remember hearing a loud boom, a collision. Okay. And I remember looking in the dream like, hey, what was that? But I didn't pay much attention. I kept doing what I was doing. So there was a lady that ran up to like the doors where I was. And she was like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, huh? So I said, let me go see what this noise was. So I go and I saw the child had got hit by a car. He was riding a bike and got hit by a car. Now, this is a dream interpretation that I'm talking about, y'all. All right. It's just a dream interpretation. But I dreamt that a 13-year-old young little boy got hit by a car. He was riding his bike. And in the dream, I remember he had on like a purple short set, like a basketball short set, and it had 7 stars on it. This dream was very vivid. He had on like some converse, but they was purple and white. So all of those things stood out to me. And I remember when I saw the child laying there, it was like my son, but he was 13 in the dream. And I just remember screaming to the top of my lungs. Wow. It was like a scream I had never heard before. Okay. And that's what made me wake up. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, what the heck? So I want to say this. This is something also that I got out of this dream. If y'all have teenagers, young teenagers, check on your children. Because that color purple stood out to me very, very vividly. Some of y'all children could be definitely dealing with depression. Okay. That color purple is the crown chakra. It represents your thoughts, your mindset, your state, your thinking. So some of y'all definitely could be dealing with children who may be harboring some sad emotions. They could be harboring some self-harm emotions. Check on your children. Talk to your children. And a lot of times, if they're feeling like that, they're not going to talk to you. They're not going to tell you the truth. They're not going to express it. But if you see that your child has been withdrawn, or off to themselves a lot, or just not connecting with their siblings or connecting with other children, or maybe, having some issues in school to where they're being rebellious at home, not listening, don't be quick to think that you have a bad kid. That child could be going through something psychological. This is one thing that I got out of the dream. Okay, a lot of times we blow our children off because we think that their behavior just might be a phase that they're going through. That's not always the case. There are small things sometimes that can be traumatizing to a child that a lot of times us adults don't pay attention to, because we try to compare our children to our own childhood. And those are 2 different generations. Y'all got to remember, there a lot of the things that may have been exposed to us when we were growing up, this is a different generation. These children are exposed to different things. So it's going to affect their thinking and their capacity, their mental capacity, a lot different than us when we were growing up. The one thing that bothers me the most about adults is that we really think that our children, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. That's not always true. We need to get out of that, because this is why a lot of our children are suffering, because we think we can do to our children what our parents did. Our parents and grandparents weren't always right in the way they did things, but they didn't know any better. They went off of the knowledge and wisdom they had at that time period. things change. We live in an ever-evolving society system, period. Everything changes. So we have to start paying more attention to our children and stop blowing them off or stop thinking that they're just acting out and being rebellious. That is not always the case. Sometimes our children are going through mental problems that needs undivided attention. Even if it's subtle, start talking and communicating with your children, because this dream was very disturbing to me. Y'all know, y'all don't hear me come here a lot and talk about this on TikTok. I will talk about dream interpretations, but unless it's extremely disturbing, I don't talk about it. But let me tell you something. Another aspect of the dream was death and rebirth, okay? The number 13, the child was 13 in the dream. And so the number 13 is all about endings, but it's also about new beginnings. So the fact that the child was 13, that body was lifeless. I remember his bigger older brother was picking him up and I was just screaming. So I feel like also when I started doing the spread on it, I came up, the 5 of Swords came out, the Moon, the 6 of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So this indicates to me that also, I feel that this dream interpretation also was about somebody and that's walking away from an old part of themselves. Somebody could be in a state of mind to where they may be leaving an immature side of themselves, a younger, less emotionally intelligent side of themselves. With this 9 of Pentacles in reverse, this energy is someone who doesn't value themselves. They lack value. They lack independence. They have a codependency issue, okay, with this 2 of Pentacles. This 2 of Pentacles also represents change, all right? And then you have the Moon energy. So I feel like this Moon energy is somebody who's tapping into themselves to where they're going deeper and to understanding what their worldview really is, okay? And I'm saying that because of this 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is all about our thoughts, the way that we view things, our attitude towards life, all right? And when you don't have an optimistic view or approach to life, you become self-defeated. Because why? You don't take the time to properly plan what your next move is going to be. You don't prepare for what your next move is going to be. You're aimlessly doing things, and therefore you're not making success in the things that you're doing. And a lot of people, because of that, feel self-defeated. All right. And that's this 5 of Swords energy. So I feel like somebody may be in deep thought about the choices they've been making in their lives with this Moon energy. Maybe staying up late nights or just doing a lot of deep thinking and pondering. Okay. And I feel like with this 6 of Swords, somebody is definitely leaving a side or an aspect of themselves. They realize that they are the reason why they're where they are in their lives right now. It's nobody else's fault but their own. So with this 6 of Swords energy, I feel like somebody is just leaving some things behind. And this may even include a relationship with this Ace of Cups here. Ooh, y'all, I can't make it up. Talk to me. You got the Lovers on the bottom. Somebody is walking away from a relationship, an old relationship. The short set that the young man was wearing has 7 stars on it. So that indicates to me that somebody could have been in a relationship or a marriage for maybe 7 years or a long-term commitment for over a period of time. And maybe, for maybe 13 years or for the last 7 years, it hasn't been where they want it to be, and they want to walk away from the relationship. Whatever this is, those 7 stars, also the number 7 represents higher consciousness. So I feel like somebody has had a resurrection of their mind. They're changing their attitude and their approach to life itself. Your approach to life also depends on your will. Your will to life is connected to your root chakra. So a lot of people have been feeling stuck and stagnant. And this is why the 2 of Pentacles energy is here, because there's been no elevation. It's been repeated cycles, just this stuff going in circles, hot and cold, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, not necessarily finished, starting things, not finishing. 2 of Pentacles energy. But I feel like that is changing. Somebody is tired of feeling worthless. Somebody is tired of their self-esteem being low. Somebody is tired of lacking self-confidence, not having their own. All right, with this 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Also, with this 9 of Pentacles in reverse implies to me is that someone was not single Whoever was not single is coming out of this stage of not being single to being single. Because why? The Six of Swords is here. Okay. So death and rebirth, and sometimes your dream interpretations may come off scary and doesn't necessarily mean that's what it is. Transformation, the bottom line. Number 13 and the number 7, the color purple, the collision, the boom. So something is going to happen all of a sudden. Somebody is just going to all of a sudden make a decision, and it's going to be abrupt. And whomever is around this child or this individual in this marriage or this relationship is going to be extremely affected by it. They're going to be devastated by whatever these choices are for this person to walk away from the relationship or the marriage. Okay, the parent to the child that may be going through things may be devastated if they find out their child has been feeling some sort of self-inflicting emotion. All right, talk to y'all children. And outside of that, I feel like let me keep going. Whoever this is that's walking away from a long-term marriage or relationship, the person that they're involved with is going to be devastated. When I tell y'all, I was screaming. If my whole body was in this scream, it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like you see your child laying there lifeless and you just lose it. So whoever is walking away from this relationship or marriage, somebody is not going to take this well. They are not going to take it well. They are going to have a whole emotional meltdown and breakdown. 6 of Pentacles came out, y'all. So yeah, somebody is walking away from something that has been one-sided for a very long time. They have not been actively or emotionally involved in the relationship. The Moon and the 5 of Swords. That's somebody that's not even emotionally connected to whatever they're going through. And this sometimes can be a person not connected to their own emotions. But I feel like this is someone that's not connected to whatever they're around. With the 2 of Pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles is the 8 of Pentacles. So somebody was tired of being in a situation that they didn't feel any connection to. They weren't putting no effort into it. Clearly, if the 9 of Pentacles is in reverse, the 6 of Pentacles is upright, the 2 of Pentacles is upright, the 5 of Swords is upright, the 6 of Swords is upright, the Moon is upright. There was no emotional investment in this. Okay, inside, I feel like the 3 of Wands, I can't make it up. Somebody is definitely getting ready to move away from something. Look at that. 5 of Cups. Somebody is moving away, and this is going to cause some depression for whomever some of you may be breaking away from and walking away from. It's going to be the death of a relationship. Somebody is the number 13. Somebody is finding luck and love elsewhere. All right. And as far as the child goes, I feel like if you do have a child that's dealing with depression, you need to start being more emotionally in tune with your child. All right. Talking more, bringing them around more. If your child is secluded off into themselves, get them out the house or bring people over to surround them. Let them know they're not by themselves. Okay. So this could be a new beginning for your child. But y'all, please talk to y'all children. Because when I woke up, I was just like, I got to say something about this. I can't go and have this sitting on me for the rest of the day. All right. So I feel like this is really all I needed to say to get this dream off. Yep. The 9 of Wands, with the 5 of Swords. Somebody is ready to finally walk away from something that they've been holding on to. And I feel like it's a toxic past with the 5 of Swords here. It's the 5 of Swords. It's like you're around these people, but you're not growing. You're not elevating. You're not doing anything. You're just stagnant. And somebody is just ready for movement. Somebody is sick of being in this 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Not being independent. Maybe codependent on a partner. Codependent on, family members or whatever the situation is. Also, I feel like concerning some of your children could completely be feeling lonely. They could be feeling like they got a lot of people around them, but they don't feel included in this family. They don't feel like they fit in. So y'all, on that note, just talk to y'all children. I wish everybody the best. It made me wake up and go talk to my boys, and mine grown, but I still was like, y'all okay? Everybody all right? 7,000 for you, 7,000 for me. You know what I'm saying? You just get whatever left over because you've been tripping ever since we met. No, I'm just joking. I'm a goofy parent, y'all. I'm childish with my kids, but I have grown children. But it was disturbing because We never know what our children are going through, because our children will tell us one thing and then they'll be really dealing with other things, especially if you have children that you've broken up, you've had a divorce, or if you've had a separation from another parent. Talk to your children. Or you've been single and now you're dating somebody new and bringing them around your children. Talk to your children, please, because kids will not always open up how they and express how they feel, but they will act it out in ways that may be annoying to us, and we may interpret their actions wrong and think that they're being rebellious when really they're going through something. So anyway, y'all, happy Sunday. I'm out. I just wanted to touch bases with y'all, and if y'all want to see the whole video of this, I'll be putting it on Facebook. And my Facebook page is Ncktur'nl Sanchez, Nyereesanchez. You can look me up, and if you want to see the whole video. But anyway, that's the dream interpretation. And number 13 and the number 7 is definitely significant for death and rebirth and for an awakening. Some of y'all going through the dark night of the soul. Some of y'all are going through a spiritual awakening about your life, yourself, and everything around you. It's going to be beautiful, but understand that that's what it is. When it's time to let go, it's time to let go. Like Erykah Badu said, pack light. On that note, I'm out. Peace.